Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. The other day I did a video on one of my hobbies that I picked up from childhood trauma. And after I posted it, I was like, darn, should I have done that? Because the childhood trauma was something that came from my mom. And I didn't even go truly in depth with that particular situation. And but nonetheless, I was thinking like, man, like I always want to make sure that I'm truthful to myself and my experiences, and I wasn't trying to throw my mom under the bus or anything. And so I really was like, darn, like, was that okay to do? And last night I was chit chatting with one of my friends, and he had asked me a couple of questions about growing up and about what, just some things that correlates with my mom. And as I was telling him my experiences, he was like, damn, that is like horrible. And then I really quickly wrote, like, I'm sure she was going through her things. And so it was kind of me like, okay, yes, I went through all these horrible things, well, bad things at the time, but I was like, well, maybe she had this going on or that going on. So I was kind of trying to like protect my mom, because I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but I'm also trying to live my truth and just say the real deal. And so I was thinking about it, because when we were talking about it last night, I was like, dang, I kind of been through a lot, and here I am still like, hey, bubbly, and just trying to be optimistic and happy and positive. And I say all that to say that, us as we were little kids at one point, right? And so the people that we wanted to protect us or trusted to protect us and our hearts and different things, sometimes they maybe weren't able to. Sometimes they were and just didn't, right? I'm not gonna even front. There's a lot of both of those situations. And my situation, I'm not sure, because of course it was a lot, and I may dive into it in another video. But after I told him like a couple of things that transpired, I was like, darn, should I have done that? Because I just felt like exposed, like, dang, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But it was all true. It was all true. And I was thinking to myself that it's okay. I feel like going into the new year, like, don't be afraid to say your truth. It happened. I feel like some people put a little sauce on it to make it seem whatever, like a little bit, whatever, but tell your truth. And, sometimes we see all these videos like, don't tell, be private. And yes, you be private with people that you don't trust. But if you feel comfortable, I think we all need those roots, right? I did a video the other day also about cutting off the branches, but which are the people who don't contribute emotionally, spiritually to your life. But what I forgot to mention is we all have roots. We all have people that are in our lives that are amazing, and that is a blessing. Friendships. I have a couple of friends who I've been friends with for so long, and I just feel so blessed, because that is, as I'm coming across people, that's rare. Because a lot of people say that they have no friends, like literally, as an adult, they don't have any friends. And so for me to have my 2-3, good, close friends that I'm like able to talk to, I think that's a blessing. And if you are that way as well, you have those two friends that you are just like, you feel good with, like, that is such a blessing. Remember, it's quality over quantity. But to bring it back to topic, I almost, like, after I told him a couple things, I was like, dang, like, I've really been through a lot. And I still try to have a smile on my face. And the point of this video is, I just want to say, like, don't be afraid to get naked. And get naked with your experiences, get naked with your past. Like, just put it out there. Because last night, after I kind of talked about it, like said it out loud, well, I was texting him, but then I was talking to myself because, I'm weird like that. And I was talking like, dang, I've been through a lot. And just to like realize it and just be in that moment, it was kind of like therapeutic. And I keep telling you guys, like, being creative is therapeutic, because even thinking about what I'm going to do today and thinking about my life and thinking about, okay, I was a kid, I didn't know, but now as an adult, I'm taking those experiences and I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to break generational curses. And this video primarily is just to tell you all, my beautiful, beautiful audience, to not be afraid of your past, not being afraid to talk about your past, things that has been done to you or things that you have done. I think that discussing your past could be a breakthrough for someone else, right? We can all learn from each other, and sometimes hurt is a way to learn. It just is. I feel like we can utilize hurt in a positive way and say, okay, why did I go through that experience? What was that experience trying to teach me? How can I do better? What can I do better? How can I maneuver? And then also, it's like, if you continue to come up with, come head to head with situations or scenarios like that, then it's like, okay, what are you doing to continue to put yourself in those situations? So it's about taking accountability. Sorry, I can't say that word right now. It's about taking accountability, and then also just, know that, yes, you've been through things, and sometimes it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal through it. Like, the things that maybe a family member have done, I really, really don't like to be in a victim mentality. Because I can say, oh, I've been through this, it's their fault. Well, it could be their fault, but it's my responsibility to not be bitter. It's my responsibility to see what I need to do, what I need to work on, how all those moments have taken a part in my life, because all of those things have definitely manifested in my life in some way, shape, or form. And that's for you all as well. All the things that you've been through, all of your experiences, especially when you were younger, has manifested. It's manifested in the people that you choose as friends, the people that you choose as your partner, your spouse, man or woman, the career, like your motivation, your drive, it all correlates. But sometimes I feel like nowadays, I think people keep saying like, oh, you need to be guarded. Which it is true. You do need to be guarded in a way, right? And that's where discernment comes in, where, like, okay, we all have friends, right? So I believe we have category of friends. Some friends are just the friends that you go and get a drink with, right? Some friends are the friends that you go to the concerts with. But some friends are the friends where you can just sit down and just have a heart to heart. And, y'all will both be crying and going over different things, but they're that emotional, spiritual support. And you can't tell everything to everyone. So please don't take it that way. You can't tell everything to everyone. But I do believe that you need to be able to have someone to be able to get your feelings out to. Like, you cannot just keep it buried in your heart, in your body, right? I truly, truly, truly believe that when you have like a pain or a hardship that you've been holding in your body, I think that's when you get sick. I think that's when you have, God forbid, cardiac arrest, or, it's like, it's all intertwined. It's all intertwined. So if you're feeling a way, it's going to manifest in your body, in the way you feel, your health, all that. So it's better to get it out. And if you don't have like a friend, there's a lot of therapists. There's a lot of therapists. There's a lot of people that you can talk to, and that may be better. So they can have like an honest, just no leaning either way. They can just give you it straight. So there's so many options to just get it out there. But I was like, you know what? Sometimes I am afraid to just tell my real deal. Well, not the positive things, the not positive things that I've been through. And it's more so in protection of the person that actually did the thing, right? I'm trying to protect the person that did the thing when I should be also protecting myself and helping myself. But I think that's just human nature. And so when we're talking about it, I was like, you know what? I need to just not be afraid, not be ashamed, right, of what actually like happened and my experiences. And I say that to you all as well. Like, don't be afraid of your past. Don't be afraid of your experiences, because they all happen to make you the amazing person you are. And it's just a life school. That's what I believe. We're in life school. We have a beginning and we have an ending, and all this in between is just learning and growing and just trying to be the best you. So I say all that to say, guys, like, get naked. Show yourself, have discernment on who you show yourself to, but just don't be afraid to be you in totality, not just the positive, beautiful things, but we've all had those moments that was not so good, whether they were inflicted upon us or if we did the thing, but just take accountability and then just take it in like, yeah, I grew from it. Never ever have a victim mentality. I always say, don't have a victim mentality. I always say, feel your feelings, but then don't linger there. That's like my thing. Feel your feelings, but don't linger there. But yeah, guys, just get naked. Let's get naked for this new year. And it's just a metaphor for just don't be afraid to show all of you. And also, I think that kind of goes into, have you guys heard of shadowing? Shadow work? Shadow work is like getting down to the nitty-gritty, the good and bad of your psychologist, your psychology, why you think the way you do, like really looking in the mirror. I may have to do another video on shadow work. If you guys want to look it up, shadow work. It's pretty intense. It's pretty intense. So you guys, 2026, we need to get naked, meaning being your full authentic self, the good, the not so good, the areas of opportunity, the past. Don't run from your past. Just accept it, figure out if you need to heal from it, and grow from it. That's your responsibility. So I hope you guys have the most amazing, wonderful day. It's a really nice day out. It's really overcast. I'm kind of hoping it rains, so we'll see. But excuse me. But we'll see. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day and be brave.
Having a debate with a friend of mine, and we got stuck on the difference between fault and responsibility. She kept talking about how something was somebody's fault. It's somebody's fault, and I was like, it don't matter whose fault it is that something is broken if it's your responsibility to fix it. For example, it's not somebody's fault if their father was an abusive alcoholic, but it's for damn sure their responsibility to figure out how they're going to deal with those traumas and try to make a life out of it. It's not your fault if your partner cheated and ruined your marriage, but it is for damn sure your responsibility to figure out how to take that pain and how to overcome that and build a happy life.
You're not your past. You're you. You're you right now. Like the past you did, you might have done some things you wish you hadn't done. Don't dwell on that. You learn from it, that's fine, but don't dwell on it. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Use it as fuel. Say never again. I get what I did wrong, but don't think that you're that person that made those mistakes. You're the person who's learned.
Helpful or not to delve into the past depends on what's happening with that individual. And if some of the effects of trauma, as we said earlier, is that the wounds of the past keep showing up in the present. So from my point of view, it's not so much about delving into the past and dwelling on the past, but on dealing with how the past is showing up in the present. What a psychologist friend of mine, Peter Levine, calls the tyranny of the past, where the past dominates my present reactions. It doesn't matter how many times I go back and think about my childhood story. That's not going to help me. What I have to deal with is what's happening to me right now at this very second, which is a shadow of the past. So thinking about it is not going to be of much help. What's going to help is to deal with the emotions that are arising now as a result of what happened and how those emotions affect my life in the present moment. So it's not about the past, it's about the present.